Hey, what's up, Nerd Squad? We're back with another NFL record prediction. Before I get started, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video. And today we're going to be doing the Atlanta Falcons record prediction for 2020. Make sure to leave your prediction for the Falcons in the comments section of this video. And let's jump right into it. They're going to be kicking off the season playing against the Seahawks. Seahawks, I think, are going to be a good team again this year. Russell Wilson, I think, will have another incredible year. I think DK Metcalf will take another step up, and I think he'll honestly have a better season than even Tyler Lockett. I think Chris Carson is a very underrated running back. So I do think the Seahawks take this one, mostly because I've noticed the Falcons tend to start the season kind of slow, so some of these games are going to be kind of hard for going into week 2. They're going to be playing at the Dallas Cowboys. Here I think the Falcons are going to kind of struggle here. Dak Prescott, it doesn't sound like he's going to get a long-term deal this season. Sounds like he's just going to play off his franchise tag. And I think he'll still play really well. I think Zeke is still a very, very, top of the league type of running back this year. Amari Cooper is incredible. Michael Gallup is very underrated as well. So I do think the Cowboys take that one. But again, I'm not real big on Mike McCarthy, so we'll have to see what happens with that. Going into week 3, we have the Bears at the Falcons, and I've mentioned before, I think the Bears' offense is going to be absolutely dreadful this year. Their defense is going to be really good. I think their coaching will be all right, but I don't think they're going to be in a good position with Nick Foles or Mitch Trubisky. I don't think Mitch is really ever going to be a very great quarterback for them. Nick Foles doesn't really seem to fit their type of scheme either. And I get it, they don't have a great supporting cast either. They really just have Allen Robinson. So it is kind of hard to make, big plays out of that. But, really, the most that the Bears have going for them is their defense. And I do actually think this will be one of the few games that their defense wins for them. So, go this one to the Bears. Going to week 4, I actually think the Falcons will upset the Packers. It'll be a really close game. This is going to be one of the few games that Aaron Rodgers actually kind of struggles. I know it doesn't make sense to say that because the Falcons don't really have much of a secondary, but they've improved their D-line quite a bit. The Packers' offensive line obviously lost Brian Bulaga, so I think he's going to get some more pressure in his face here, and I think the Falcons take the upset here. Week 5. Now, the Panthers never do good against the Falcons. The Panthers haven't beaten the Falcons since, I want to say 2017. Might have been their first game there. And they've only beat them once since their 2015 season. So, yeah, I don't think that changes this year. I get that the Panthers have new coaching, and I do think they'll finish above the Falcons in the division, but I don't think they're going to beat the Falcons either time. So, Falcons get another sweep here. Week 6, we have the Falcons at the Vikings. Vikings, I think, are still a really good team. A lot of people have them going as low as 6-10 and 7-9. I think they'll finish closer to 9-7 or 10-6. I think it's possible for them to still sneak into the playoffs. Yeah, they lost Stephon Diggs, they lost Trey Waynes. They lost Xavier Rhodes, Linval Joseph, and Everson Griffin. Those are some very big losses, but I think Kirk Cousins will have another pretty dang good year. I think Mike Zimmer is a pretty underrated coach. Again, with the Falcons struggling early in the season, it's just, or I don't think they'll beat the Vikings here. So, week 7, I mentioned before, I'm not real high on the Lions because of their coaching and their defense. Their offense has loads of talent and potential, but Matt Patricia just can't put it together. So I'm giving this one to the Falcons. I'm not gonna be high on the Lions until I, really see them starting to put it together. So week 9, we have the Broncos at the Falcons. I think Drew Lock is gonna take a big step up this year. Yes, I'm jumping on the bandwagon of, saying the Broncos are going to be better this year. I'm not predicting them to be, anywhere like, 11-5 or 12-4 or anything like that. But I think they'll be a playoff team, and I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people. So, jumping into week 11, we have the Falcons at the Saints. I feel like here they'll actually split with the Saints. Falcons and Saints games. Now, I'm going to say right here, I'm a Panthers fan. I struggle with both these teams, but Falcons and Saints games are actually very entertaining to watch. The Falcons could be 2-14 and the Saints could be 14-2 or vice versa. And it's still a close, very entertaining game to watch. So I do think they'll split here. I think it's appropriate that they win in their own stadiums. I think that makes plenty of sense there. Week 12, we have the Raiders at the Falcons. I'm actually giving this one to the Falcons as well. Raiders, they don't have much of a secondary. I know they got Prince Amukamara, and then they actually drafted Jeff Gladney, who I think in a few years will be, a really solid corner, but I'm not expecting him to be all that in his rookie year. So I think this is a great opportunity for the Falcons receivers to just have a complete field day, against against the Raiders secondary. So week 14, I have the Chargers beating the Falcons. This is one I could absolutely 100% see, going either way. The Chargers have a very, very solid defense, but I'm not confident in Tyrod Taylor as their quarterback. I think really in the NFL, they have one of, if not the worst, QB situation there. And I just don't think their offense is going to have much firepower here. I think this will be one where Austin Eckler, blows up and has a good day, and their defense, controls the ball well. I think the defense gets some takeaways here, and the Chargers win. But again, I could see it going either way. Falcons also have a lot of firepower, and I don't think it'll be that hard for him to stop Tyrod Taylor either. So you can make an argument for either case. I do think the Chargers take it, though. Week 15, I actually have the Falcons. I'm actually going to reverse this. I think the Falcons split with the Bucks. I am high on the Bucks this year. I think they're going to have an insane offense and a pretty dang good defense as well. I don't think they're quite an 11-5 team. Tom Brady, he may not have as many turnovers as Jameis Winston ever did, but he's not as explosive as Winston either. For this type of offense, you need an explosive playmaker back there, and I just don't think Tom Brady is it anymore. He'd started showing some signs last year of slowing down, and him being another year older now, I don't expect him to be a top of the league quarterback. He'll still be good. He has weapons obviously like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Gronk, A pretty solid, number 3 receiver as well. I mean, really give him a more solid run game, and this is, other than the Chiefs, maybe the best offense in the league. You know, but I do have the Bucks as 10-6. Maybe still a little high on them, but I don't think they'll sweep the Falcons here. And then the Falcons at Chiefs game, I'm sorry, the Falcons are going to get walloped here. Chiefs just have too much firepower here. Their defense is more solidified now. I saw today that they extended Chris Jones for another 4 years, and that's a huge move. He doesn't get the type of respect he deserves. He's a defensive tackle, and in 2018, I think had like 14 sacks, and then in 2019 had 9 sacks. As an interior D lineman, that is very good. Very good. I think people are, still even sleeping on the Chiefs defense. So, I think they got walloped in that game. But overall, I have the Falcons at 7-9. There are a couple games here I could see being reversed, like that Bears game. I could see the Falcons taking that, but I could see the Packers winning that. I could see the Panthers maybe stealing one. I could see the Falcons possibly pulling that one against the Vikings and then the Broncos, and even against the Chargers. So I think the Falcons have a ceiling of about 11-5. I'd give them a floor of probably 5-11, but I think they'll finish, more like 7-9, kind of, average to below average type of team. I think they finish 4th in the NFC South, just barely behind the Panthers. So let me know your predictions for the Atlanta Falcons. Let me know if I'm just absolutely crazy and not giving the Falcons the credit they deserve, or if you agree with them disappointing again this year. So, if you like what you saw today, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and I will see you next time. Later.